Drop it.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सभी का कासा क्यूरियस चैनल में. This is the third part of our video series on med school. If you haven't watched the previous videos, click the I button on the screen or watch it later on with the links given in the description below. Let me introduce myself to those who don't know me. I am Dr. Rishabh Birada, graduate from Emilia Aguinaldo College, Manila, Philippines. In this video, I'll be sharing my personal experience with the textbooks for each subject in this third year, and will also provide you with the best alternatives. So stay with me till the end of this video. But before I begin, let me make this clear. I haven't bought all these books by myself. Rather, I use the ebooks because I feel comfortable studying through my ebook, and it is very convenient to carry it along through the campus. So I don't feel it is necessary for every student to buy these books, as these professional textbooks are quite expensive. But I suggest that you approach your seniors, because some of them might be even wishing or willing to sell their own copies at a much cheaper price, or maybe some they even give it for free. You never know. Nowadays we have access to the internet, and all the ebooks are available for each and every subject absolutely free. With that said, here's the list of third year medicine textbooks. For surgery, college recommended Schwartz, but I preferred reading individual topics from other sources like Step Up to Surgery, Surgery Blueprints, Kaplan Lecture Notes, because these provided quick and concise information. For internal medicine, like everybody else, I also stuck with Harrison's Principle of Internal Medicine, as it is one complete standard textbook. Though enormous in its volume and data, but you still feel very comfortable and easy to understand. In research, we use textbooks like Painless Evidence-Based Medicine by Antonio Dance and Crash Course Evidence-Based Medicines, along with the WHO guidelines for our research in medicine. For family and community medicine, though one of the majors in third year medicine, we didn't have a prescribed textbook, but we had a series of lecture notes and online sources for this one. In pediatrics, from A to Z and top to bottom, everything you need to know is in the Nelson's textbook of pediatrics. I personally love it and highly recommend for everyone watching this video. For otorhinolaryngology, in short ENT, which is one of our minors, so I recommend you study with the basics of ENT by Probst, as this textbook has a list of images along with the precise information you need. For ophthalmology, which is another minor subject, you can use the Essentials of Ophthalmology as well as the Color Atlas of Ophthalmology textbook, because the latter will help you visualize and understand all the important images which are unique and have a characteristic features of the eye and its medical conditions. Well, coming to obstetrics, the prescribed textbook is Williams Obstetrics, but honestly I didn't like this much. I couldn't connect with it, and I still really don't know why. So I relied on our lecture notes and pocket reviewers. Just like obstetrics, gynecology wasn't the area of my interest, and I didn't enjoy the textbook Comprehensive Gynecology. But these are still highly recommended textbooks by my classmates and others as well. For neuroscience, during the early semester, I wasn't interested much and felt distanced from the subject. But as I continued reading the textbook on Principles of Neurology by Adams and Victor, I realized how important it is to choose the right book, because instantly I enjoyed it and was eager to learn more and more. For advanced pathology, one of the most important majors in medicine for third year, it was a nightmare understanding the pathology and recognizing them as well. The preferred textbook was Robbins and Cottran's Basics of Pathology and the pocket companion for it. But when I first read it, I felt it really hard and difficult for me. So I prefer textbook of Pathoma, Kaplan Lecture Notes, BRS series and numerous review guides. But let me tell you this, a year later when I went back and read the book again, it really made sense, and all the information I had gathered from all the various sources all fell into the right place. So I highly recommend this book, if not for the first time, but later during your course, so that you have a better foundation. For clinical pharmacology, count me as one of you who finds pharmacology as one of the most difficult subjects of medicine. Katzen and Trevor's Basics and Clinical Pharmacology is the textbook prescribed by our college. This book has a summary table at the end of each chapter for quick recollection and better references. Though I used sketchy pharmacology videos and numerous online sources and reviewers, If you are one of those who likes pharmacology, then this book is for you. For psychiatry, no doubt we follow the American classification system, Kaplan and Sadok's Synopsis of Psychiatry, and the American Psychiatric Association prescribe DSM-5 were our textbook and the reference books respectively. This textbook has a lot of information in it, so you do not need to look around for it for any other source. Lastly, to all the young aspiring students or doctors watching this video, I cannot really stress the importance of video lectures, be it through Osmosis, Lecturo, Kaplan videos, videos from Sketchy, or whatever it may be, because these videos help you understand the key concepts and also integrate the practical applicability. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative, please do give like to this video and also subscribe for our latest content. Comment below which book you personally like, and stay safe and stay blessed.